Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Tonight we're going to do the comment section. We're going to go through those frequently asked questions that you guys keep dropping. We're going to do our best to answer you guys in a detailed but concise manner. And we're going to also send out some SPS rewards for those people who are helping generate this content through those great questions. Thank you for blowing up the comment section. Thank you for helping me drive the channel by, leading with those helpful questions that it's not only you that want to know. Lots of people want to know the same question. So let's go through it together and we'll work on it right now. Okay. So first of all, Alex Toro, he goes, yo, you need to chill. I ain't maxed my P Conjurer yet. In the most recent video, we talk about how specifically the Pellicor Conjurer and the Jin Renova are very much like two older beta and I think untamed cards. What are they called? The Magi of the Forest and I forget the other one. But check out that video, Buy Cheap But Powerful Monsters. It's a 17-minute video, and in that I show you exactly how useful some of these older cards can be from beta and from untamed. And then I compare them directly to modern day equivalents that are 1/10 the price. So you need to check that out. Those cards, I'm telling you guys, the reward cards that are currently being printed are super cheap and they will go up in price. It's not going to happen overnight. So don't come at me in a week and say, I bought 20 copies of such and such and it didn't go up. It's your fault. No, if you've got a long-term mindset and you understand what these are, deflationary assets, remember that these cards on a long enough time horizon, 10 months, 2 years, there's such a strong possibility these things are going up. I'm betting hard on it, and it's because I believe in it. And that's why I do video content like this, so that you guys can see what I'm seeing. And stop giving these things away. I have 4,000 people watching the channel, and you guys are out there selling Pellicor Conjurers for 17 cents. Don't do it. What are you doing? What does 17 cents do for you? Hold on to that asset, and one day it might be $1.50 per BCX. That's what we talk about in that video. Check it out. Thanks, Toro. Nomad Life says, nice video. Keep it up. Always waiting for your videos. Thank you, sir. Tyler Thompson says, stop telling people to stop selling me their cheap cards, Dwayne. Thanks. As always, bro. Yeah, totally. No, I mean, I totally agree. I want to buy those. Like, if you're going to keep selling them for 17 cents, I'm going to keep buying them. And in 3 years, I'm going to be rich and you're going to have 17 cents. That's how I feel about it. And if people want to stick around with the channel, maybe you'll understand my philosophy on these things. And I hope it's going to help you kind of develop your own philosophy that's going to allow you to receive the maximum reward for your time and attention, because your time and attention is worth something. And that's why apps like this video game, Splinterlands, are so amazing, because they actually give you reward for the time and attention you put into them. And that's another reason why you guys see me here on Brave Browser. I like Brave Browser. It gives me BAT tokens for clicking on ads. I like Minds. I like Hive. I like SplinterTalk.io. These are different apps that are going to reward you for your time and attention. And you compare them to things like Facebook or Google Chrome. It's like they don't give you anything. They just monetize you. No thanks. I'd like to receive the monetization for my own data, for my own effort, for my own time and attention. And yeah, if they're going to keep selling them, I'm going to keep buying them. But it's important to me, the whole channel here, my whole thing is that I want people to see the power that they're holding. I want to help them recognize the rewards that they're actually receiving, and then hopefully let them transform their own lives by making different decisions rather than just liquidating these things for next to nothing. Thanks, man. Silver says, don't tell people to stop selling them for cheap. Now I can't buy them for cheap. They'll be cheap. You know what, guys? These cards are going to be cheap for longer than they should be. That's the thing. These cards have been awesome since they launched. What a month ago, month and a half now. I forget how long now, but it's been a while, and we keep taking it for granted. We keep thinking it's going to be cheap forever, and then suddenly it moons, and we always say, "I wish I had more." Land, I wish I had more. SPS, I wish I had more. DEC, I wish I had more. Every time it happens, we keep saying that. Well, it's happening in front of you now. Take a bite and then take some risk. There's always risk and reward opportunities at every corner, and some are bad. But when I show you a video like this where two older cards have appreciated 10 times what the new cards have done, and they are very similar in utility, you have to kind of say to yourself, well, yeah, that seems like a pretty logical statement. And if so, take a bite. Love the content, sir. Thanks, man. Thanks, Valentine. Mr. Rosser says, had me at cheap. Oh, is that an account name? You know what? I forgot to throw some. Let's do it. Let's throw KXLLM, a little bit of SPS. The one. I've got 13,000 unstaked SPS right now because I don't know what's happening right now. I'm like, is SPS going to suddenly go to $4? I feel like there's so much fever right now over SPS, over Chaos Legion, over Splinterlands. I don't know what's coming next. I feel like things could go so crazy in the next 3 months. And a couple days ago, when the recent AMA, Aggie said he thinks there could be 2 million users by Christmas. And I fully believe him. That's insane. I remember when there was 3,000 people playing this game. So, what's next? I don't know. As a result, I just make sure, like I've told you before, I keep some of my SPS liquidated. I'm always unstaking so that I can always be a few days away from a big lump in case it just moons and I want to capture some of that value. Because remember, I think this game can change my life. I want to take advantage of that by extracting that value in certain circumstances. Sometimes I sell a card when it goes up in value to a certain threshold where I feel selling makes sense. Same with SPS. I love it. I'm long SPS. I want tons of it. I want more of it. But if the price got to say $4 or $5, I would liquidate a lot of it. Not because I don't believe in it, but because for that price point, that could change my life. $50,000 from SPS American would change my life. Would it change yours? And so that's how I think about this. That's how I think about this asset. And it doesn't mean I think SPS, you should sell it. It doesn't mean I'm short SPS. It means just for that value, I would have to take a little risk off the table. So I hope that makes sense. That's how I think about that. And let's send a little bit of SPS to Buddy. We'll just send 3. It was a small little answer there. Transfer out. Go for it. There you go, bud. Guess that's almost $3 US just for 5 words in a comment. But I appreciate it. Sincerely. Go back to comments. Where are we at now? These are the only... Someone at one point said, you deleted my comment. Why'd you do that? I never delete comments except for these weird comments, which I assume are some kind of like this hypertext. I bet is like a weird either virus or, it's not something you should ever click on. It's not a comment. It's bot generated. It's probably going to take you to some website that you shouldn't be at. So I delete these. I don't ever delete comments otherwise. Even if you say, crass things or rude things to me personally, which sometimes happens, or if you disagree with me, I don't care. Go ahead. I'm open to disagreement. In fact, if I'm wrong about something, I actually want to know that I'm wrong about that. So I will never delete your content, your comments for disagreeing with me. Please know that, guys. Hair Turbo says, thank you. I was stacking these cards waiting on season end rewards to buy more crawfish. Crawfish, buddy, you're a wise man. Why you're stacking those. Then you have a little bit of SPS to stack on top of it. Transfer 3 player. And as a side note on the SPS thing, I've got 13,000 unstaked SPS. One of my guild members today pointed out that I'm probably sacrificing 20 SPS per day from the APR that I could get on that. That's true, and that's meaningful. And I am aware of that. But I have to weigh that against I want to weigh that against the lost potential. If I was to stake it all now, I would lose the potential that if SPS just mooned, that I wouldn't be liquid while it was mooning. Like the other day, it was wasn't it at like $1.25 or something? I wish I could have sold 1,000 then, but I wasn't liquid in that moment, if I recall correctly. Anyways, go back. Bud Nicosia says, thanks for all the great videos. For the newcomers, I always enjoy your insight. I've been grinding in the dailies on 3 accounts, and I started about 2 months ago. 2 times silver 3 and 1 times bronze 1. Good for you, bud. That's really, really good. Presently stocking up on some of the best so far. Chaos Reward gold cards. Chaos Rewards gold cards. I think he means the modern reward cards, because chaos cards are not out yet. Pellicor Conjurer, Wavesmith, Crystal Smith. Yeah, these are all just new reward cards. Bone Smith and a few more. Good for you. You are going to be so pleased in a few months. I'm going to say a few months, but maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years. Stay patient with this thing and just let those cards work for you, and also continue to accumulate them. And you're going to be blown away by what it turns out to be in time. No account name. Thanks for the comment though, bud. Oken Ren, I guess, says, I've been in this game for about a month, invested my own money, and invest everything I get from the game. The future is bright. It's a long-term play and rewards you for what you put in. Dwayne has always loved the content. Thank you. I appreciate your comment and the support. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I think people with this mindset are going to crush it. If you want a quick flip, this probably isn't for you. But if you've got this mindset, I think you're going to crush it. Panda says present. Thanks, man. Panda, you're going to get 1 SPS for that little one. Just because I'm feeling generous. Appreciate the comment. And you're in here a lot. Guys, time and attention. Guild tournament number 2. It's happening in less than 2 days. More people should be signing up for that thing. I want to grow time and attention in the guild. I want to multiply this thing, but I need you. I need those people who have quality decks, who have excitement about the game, who have interest in my channel, who want to be surrounded by community who love Splinterlands and who are interested in maximizing their returns for time and attention. That's what this guild's about, and that's what the tournament is enabling. It's our recruitment tool, and we want you to be there. So get into that tournament. It's only 35 DEC. As far as tournament costs, that's really inexpensive, and the tournament is not free to generate. So we are paying, I think, 3,000 DEC or 2,000. I forget how much, but we crowdfunded that DEC to get that thing started so that we could find quality talent like you. So come sign up. 100 people shouldn't be hard to find. Let's get 100 people out there. Heck, more than that would be possible. So just sign up, take your time, get involved in that thing, and then make yourself known within the TNA system so that we can identify you. There's a few people I really am hoping are going to come and crush it. I see you're one of them. Get out there, bud. Okay, what were we doing? Comments. Billy Joey says, I love this content. Very helpful for beginners like me. What content's that? Bargain hunting and rewards and silver diamond. That was this morning, right? I honestly forget what that one was about. Bargain hunting. I went, oh, that's right. I looked at every reward card just with 25 bucks, and I went through and I was looking at which cards. I was helping you see how I analyze which cards I should buy. Which cards do I need? Which cards are cheap? What does cheap even mean? And then how to improve your deck most effectively by finding the right cards that are going to help you right now. So that's a good video he's right, for new people. I hope you'll go check it out, guys. Transfer. The audio quality on that one, though, I wasn't close enough to the mic, so sorry about that, guys. I know I know. You guys, there wasn't a comment yet about the audio, and now there's gonna be 20 comments on that one. But it was a 40-minute video, and after I was done, I showed rewards. I did so much detailed analysis. I had to release it because I want you guys to see that thinking. I know you're not. A ton of you aren't looking at your card development that way. You just like, this card's cheap, I'll buy it. This card's good, I like it, I'll buy it. But in that video, you're going to see my technique for really optimizing my purchasing so that I'm finding the right cards as opposed to just good cards. Okay, let's go back over here. See, this is the crap that I delete. Thanks for this great video, Susie. Another girl, nice. I guess, Susie. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you for the comment. For free. Boom. Okay. Oh, other news. I created a new account called Time and Attention. It's the full spelling of it. Let's see, do I have it open? No, I don't, but log out. I haven't signed it up yet. No, I haven't signed it up yet. Anyways, I have a new account called Time and Attention. It has no cards, but I'm going to be fighting at bronze level. I'm going to be earning rewards with that. I hope it to become kind of a guild asset for my guild, and I want to build communal assets in that thing. I want those assets to be, I know they're going to appreciate and value wildly over time. And then eventually we're going to I'm going to rinse and repeat my whole strategy with that one account. But that specific account and all those specific assets are going to be time and attention related. That's going to be an asset that benefits my guild specifically. And so that's going to definitely be another reason why you want to be in TNA and not some other guild. It's going to generate rental revenue. It's going to generate DEC and SPS from the airdrops. It's going to generate price appreciation on cards that it earns. All of that is going to be, those are going to be communal assets that can be delegated to team members or eventually sold and then allow purchase of other cards. There's going to be so much opportunity from that thing, and it's going to drive the TNA guild to huge new places. So like I said, come get involved in TNA, get in that tournament. And the reason I bring it up today, right now, is because I actually changed on all my videos moving forward. I'm going to use that referral link as on my videos. So I want, if you guys are signing up for new accounts, use that referral link because it's going to feed into the TNA thing. It'll be a great way to support the channel and the guild, which is really, is at this point just synonymous. Like that's how I think about this now. Like this is TNA, this is Time and Attention. So use that link moving forward. Thanks, guys. Comments. Appreciate you, Billy. Appreciate. Did I send something to Susie? I'm not sure if I did or didn't. The transfer. Right. Player. I did. I can tell because when I type in S, it pops up. Okay. Back to comments. Well, thanks for this, Kuji. Come on, guys. Let's get some real questions. No. Okay, Kuji, the last one with the freebie. After this comment, no more little 5-worders or getting SPS. These are meaningful rewards, and I can't just give them away for nothing. I appreciate the comment, but we need some meat on the bones, okay? Okay. Now, this is exactly the type of video I need to improve my game. Thanks. So he's talking about analyzing the cards again from bargain hunting this morning. Check that out, guys. Thanks, NTN. And then JV says, that's why I always watch your vids, bro. Nice life hack. Oh yeah, totally. The most recent one. Buy cheap but powerful monsters. Thanks, appreciate you. Kim Eustace first. Yep, I'm glad you got in there, bud. I love that you guys are eager to leave the comments. Thanks, guys. Really, it helps, you know? Noobs Gaming, look at this, blowing up my comments 3 in a row. Audio was off a bit. I agree. But I just had to release it because it was so full of content that I want to share. Sorry for that. Yeah, I was too far from the mic, guys. Sorry about that. Really. I've been striving to improve the professionalism, and then I felt like that was a big setback because the audio wasn't what it needed to be. Hear me? I take that stuff very seriously. I'm trying to commission some new artwork for thumbnails. I'm excited to share those with you, but we don't have them yet. And like I said, I want to grow like everything about this game to me is going to change my life, and I want to keep investing in it so that both the channel and the guild and all of it just kind of continue to improve in quality and I guess magnitude, like impact. So yeah, appreciate you. Thanks for your patience, noobs. Should I rent a summoner and buy cards, or buy a summoner and rent cards? That is a tough question. As for summoners are usually much more expensive than cards. So on one hand, buying a summoner, it depends on your budget. And on the other hand, it depends on how many cards you currently have. Do you have a lot of power? Do you have no power? If I had no power whatsoever, and you were just competing, you were happy to compete in bronze or bronze 2, I think you could quite easily compete in bronze 2 or bronze 1 and get meaningful rewards for not very much investment. You're going to need to get, let's see, battle leagues. To be in bronze 2, you're going to need 1,000 power. To be in bronze 1, you're going to need 5,000 power. At bronze 1, you're going to get 9 loot chests per season and 1 loot chest per day. And those loot chests are going to have a 30% drop rate on cards. That's going to add up. You're going to get DC for your wins, and you're going to get credits inside the loot chests. That's going to add up. So this would be my target if I had next to no money, and I'd be shooting to get 5,000 power into my account. Now, I don't care really if it's summoners or if it's monsters. I just want cheap, affordable power to maximize my return for my dollar investment. So I'd be looking specifically at new reward cards, which are all monsters. And I would be looking at some that are particularly powerful at like the lowest levels, such as Axemaster or Venari Wavesmith. I've talked about those in previous videos. They are very powerful at level 1, and they can be very impactful in these bronze leagues. And you don't need a level 2 or 3 summoner to really kick ass in these levels, right? Like a level 2 rare would be great, but you don't need it. You can win at this level with bronze 1 with rare summoners that are level 1, which is those summoners they're going to let you use for free. So, short answer, I would probably buy monsters. I would be looking specifically for certain ones that are really impactful at level 1, and I would be shooting to get 5,000 power some way. Analyzing the entire market as a whole, looking for deals on power, considering my budget, and then asking like how much am I willing to commit right now, and am I willing to buy Chaos Legion packs and so on. Like all of it, you'd have to really take into account within setting a target of around 5,000 power. That's my thought, but without knowing, your exact details, that's the best I can do for you. Okay. I really like how you do this daily. I want to work on something similar as well. The bargain hunting, yeah. Yeah, you got to get into your account on a daily basis and see, because you're constantly earning cards. So constantly you need to come in, or regularly at least, you need to come in here and you need to look at this one. I have 13 extra copies of Charlock Minotaur. Is my Charlock Minotaur maxed out? Yes, it is. Okay, then those 13 can just sit there. If my Charlock Minotaur was not maxed out, I would click on it, and then I would see, am I 1 or 2 or 10 away from maxing it out or going up in one more level? And it's that type of analysis that's gonna help me find, like, look, I've got Spark Pixies. He's not max level. I'm at level 7 with Spark Pixies. Level 8 is max. I have 86 BCX. Let's see, can I max it out? I'm 8 copies away from maxing it out. 1 copy costs $3.70. I actually really, really, really want to max that card out. This is a very powerful card. And look, to add more to the video where I explained how I do this analysis, one thing I look at is the card in question, if it's more powerful at the current rank and level I'm at, or if it's meaningfully improved at the next level. At level 7, we have 3 archery damage, 7 speed, and 3 hearts with stun and flight. At level 8, we have the same stats, but we have dodge. That's actually a 15% additional opportunity to evade melee or archery. That's a huge difference. And at the champion level, it's very meaningful that you get that with this team. And Fire is one of my 2 favorite, more powerful teams. So I really need this card to be upgraded. But I did spend most of my money today, so I can't do it right now. But we can buy a couple, and we will. That's going to put me 2 closer to getting that max copy. And if I was really being... If I hadn't just looked at my cards this morning, I would go through all of my cards like that and ask myself, okay, am I 1 card away from improving my deck? That's what I do, and I do it regularly. Monsieur says, Caruso says, well done, Dwayne. Because of you, I now have several Chaos Legion reward cards on a level where I can't even play them because I am missing the leveled summoners. I like it. So thanks. But right now I need to constrain myself a little bit. Do you think the prices will go down again in the near future? Want to buy some more? I guess the bronze nerf is part responsible for the current price rise. What do you think? Okay, that's a great question. So first of all, did I send any? I didn't get anything from Noobs. Sorry, bud. I would send you SPS because you really helped. That was a good question you gave me. Remember, next time leave your account name. Now with Monsieur, thank you for leaving your account name, and I definitely think this is a great question. There's a lot here. Let's try and take it slow. So he says, because of you, I now have several Chaos Legion reward cards on a level I can't play because my summoner isn't high enough. Okay. That's a good problem to have, he says. But right now I need to constrain myself a little bit. Do you think the prices will go down in the near future? Let's start there. Do I think the prices of these new reward cards will go down in the near future? Not really. You know, why would they? Let's say that a different way. They absolutely could. But why would they? When we're trying to understand the fundamentals of an asset and we're trying to predict where it might go in the future, you can do certain calculations and you can explore mentally some of the possibilities that would drive it either like that, what I call headwinds or tailwinds, things that are pushing it forward, which is a tailwind, or headwinds, which are holding it back. With the reward cards, it just feels like it's nothing but tailwinds, like positive pushing forces on it. Like what? Well, the number of the cards are increasingly being printed. Well, we're around 7% of issuance is done. So hang on a second. That's actually maybe a negative. We have about 93% more of these cards to come. So it does feel like that could lead to a place where people feel satisfied, doesn't it? Like, this is me thinking this through on the spot. Maybe as we get to 50% or 60% issuance, there begins to be this sense of we all have that card already. Maybe. And if so, maybe that eases the buying pressure. But then, won't there still be new players coming on? Because we're going to continue to grow. And won't those new players need these cards? And won't these new cards start to become more and more meta-defining? And as the league turns into modern and wild, on the modern format, these new reward cards are going to not only be good, they're going to be necessary because we're going to lose so many amazing cards in the beta and alpha. So we're going to need to rely more on these new reward cards. So they're going to be more necessary, not just desirable, but necessary. So you can see I'm kind of working that through. Where I land on that is the demand components, the demand considerations are bigger than the supply considerations. So I believe those prices will continue to rise probably forever at this point. Like, if you ask me, is it going to be higher in 2 years? I feel like that's almost a slam dunk, except for if the US government got involved. That's kind of like the nuclear bomb that could be dropped on the devs because the SPS is nuked and then it ends up affecting, I don't think that's going to happen, but if something like that happened, or if the IRS cracked down on all the DEC payments and SPS payments we're all getting in a way that hurt the player base. Like there's these types of mega, like nuclear, almost black swan events that I can't anticipate that if they were to transpire, which would derail my whole vision for this thing. But I don't think those are happening. So setting that aside, it seems like to me, if your question was in 2 years, will these be more expensive? It's like, yes. But then your question's actually kind of, are they going to go up in the short term? And that's so much trickier. And I would just say, personally, I would lean towards the answer being yes, but I can't say yes. That's how I answer that. And he says, do you think the prices will go down in the near future? I want to buy more. You know what? I always say dollar cost average. Earlier, you said they're getting too high. Your level of your monster is getting too high. Keep several copies as individual BCX. Don't always merge the monsters. Like there are times where you're going to have exactly enough monsters. You're going to have exactly enough molten ogres to make a level 7 molten ogre. I don't have any left over. But if I had 30 more copies and I need 67 to make it to the next level, putting the 30 into this one copy makes no sense. Do you see why? They're no longer liquid. And they aren't offering me any benefit. Once you merge them, they can't be unmerged. So those individual copies cannot be sold. And also, they aren't increasing the power, because if you need 67 BCX to reach the next level, 66 doesn't help you. 65 doesn't help you. 64 doesn't help you. You need 67 to reach the next level. So just keep those extra copies hanging around and don't bother merging them, because you're right, your summoners aren't there yet. Maybe your summoners will get there and then suddenly you'll want to merge those together, but do that then, not yet. Does that make sense? What else did you say? I guess the bronze nerf is part responsible for the current price rise. I think so. You guys know that the bronze, they kind of nerfed how the bronze rewards work, in that they at bronze level 3, you only get a 10% chance of getting a card in every single loot chest. Bronze 2, 20%. Bronze 3, no, hang on a second. Bronze 3, 10%. Bronze 2, 20%. Bronze 1, 30%. So those are all far less likely than silver, which is 50% drop rates. That is preventing some of the bot farming from being as productive as it was. And that is meaning that these reward cards are going to people who are less likely to just liquidate. I think that's true. I can't prove it, but I think that's true. Okay, Signor. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the great question. Hope that answer was satisfying. Let's send him 7. Okay. I want to keep going. How are we doing for time? 34. Let's keep going. Hi, Dwayne. If I'm able to climb onto Silver 1 with another 55,000 collection power, do you think it's worth it to spend for renting? Ouch. David, I really doubt it. I really, really doubt it. I haven't done that in like a month and a half, so I could be wrong. But given the value of DEC right now, at almost 1.4 cents per DC. I really doubt that you can rent cards, that you can rent 55,000 power for a price that would make it worth it. So short answer is I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. You can always go into the rental market and explore what sort of cards you have available to you and see what the price points are and just like mock it up. Like go ahead and add them to your cart and then look at what it would cost you and just do the math before you confirm the purchase. I think the answer would be it's not going to work out for you though. 2 weeks ago, people were spamming max level reward cards. I scooped a bunch. Good for you. Yeah, I did my best too. Mary Chang was the one who said that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take them if you guys are giving them away. Carolina Costa says, hi, Dwayne. If you had $10 of SPT, so that's Splinterlands token, or Splinter Talk tokens, I think I'm going to keep reading, but I kind of think you mean SPS, so let's keep reading. If you had $10 worth of SPT, what would you prefer to do with it? Put in SPT, SPS liquidity pool for airdrop points? Okay, so you are talking SPT. Buy cards? Or just make another account to farm more DC and cards? I'm just a little concerned that I don't know what you mean by this abbreviation because of how the sentence reads. If you're talking you have $10 worth of, let's see. I'm on Hive Engine right now. An SPT is a token that belongs on the Splinter Talk website. This is an app where you can blog about Splinterlands and you will receive SPT tokens. And I do this sometimes. I haven't been active enough with it, honestly. You get SPT rewards paid out to your account, and those are worth roughly a penny each right now. And one day I think they'll be worth way more. So if you guys are into writing, if you're into vlogging, get in there and put your content up. Understand that this, just like everything I've ever talked about, is the same thing. You invest your time and attention and you receive trivial rewards, but one day those things that were once considered trivial will appreciate because again, cryptocurrency, there's a chance at least that SPT, like all other cryptocurrencies, will have a bull run that'll change your whole life. And this thing used to be 15 cents at one point. So what if it went back there and you get 80 I got 80 SPT for this one post. You know, if it goes to 15 cents, that's not a small amount of money for a little post. 76 times 0.18. It's 13 bucks. 13 bucks for like a small little post that I was already putting on YouTube. Now, it's nowhere near there. But the question is, could it go back? Sure it could. Sure it could. And so this is SPT. And now I want to check back and see if I want to confirm that that's what she's talking about. If you had $10 worth of SPT, would you prefer to put it in a liquidity pool with SPS? Well, I don't ever use liquidity pools. And as far as I know, liquidity pools, they're great, but you really need, I would think you need more than 10 bucks to be get a meaningful reward. And then you say, would you buy cards with it? Depends on how many cards you got, but I love investing in these cards because I believe them to be deflationary in nature. There's only so many of them. They get burnt as time goes along, and new users mean that there is always a growing demand. So reduced supply, growing demand, that's a recipe for increased price appreciation. So cards is my approach. Or just make another account, which is of course always great too. If you do that, then you're going to get bronze 3 level rewards, and those are only 10% card drop rates. But if you've got time to play this game and not a lot of money, bronze 3 can give you some rewards. It's going to give you those chances at rewards that are going to still get you going down this path. And so for people who have money, you should buy cards and assets in this game if you like the game and you think like I do. For people who have no money but like this game, you should buy accounts and then just spend your time and attention to let that grow into something, because it will. But it's best if you put those two hands together, if you put your time and your money together into an asset like this. I think it's going to go even further. So that's what I would say about that. And I'm going to send you some SPS. Transfer. Just $5, throw it on the pile. Help you out. Thanks for the comment. Appreciate it. Okay. Scott SPS says, love your videos. Any chance you can explain the purpose of land? On Atomic Hub, they go around $600 US. Is this all that I needed, or do you need multiple plots? Okay. Yes, I have. Okay, I'm going to try and answer both of Scott's questions. He has two consecutive questions, but first things first. Can I explain the purpose of land? I did I think a video. Let's try and find it quickly. So if you come in here and you search, and okay, so it's from, I don't know when it's from. 36 minutes long. If you search land, you're going to find Splinterlands land. Please push and shove, not financial advice. And in that, I talk about the value of land. What else do I talk about in there? Maybe I talk about what land is supposed to do. It's been a while since I've read that one or listened to that one myself. That's from September 3rd. So it's a month and a half ago. But it's still, my position is very bullish on land. So land is going to generate assets. Those assets are going to be yours to keep if you own the land. I think there's not nearly enough land for one plot of land for most people. I own 100. Certain people own 1,000. Like, there's not nearly enough land. As far as I'm concerned, this game's going big places, and if you believe that Splinterlands is going big places, then owning the assets of the game is probably smart. That includes SPS, that includes cards, that includes DC, and that includes land. It's not cheap, $500-600 like you say, but as far as I'm concerned, it's going to generate assets that will come from no other source. I need to show you this because you need to read it yourself and just ask yourself, what do you think is going to come of the land? Splinterlands wiki, fandom. Okay, so come to splinterlands.fandom.com/wiki/Splinterlands and come over here and click on land. And read this. It's not long, it's about 10-15 minutes worth reading. It gives you a great amount of information. I did videos on this. But it's a ton of information. But this is the gist. It's gonna allow you to mint spells and items. These are yours that you will own, and the game will never sell these. So if you own land, you will produce these tokens that will help game players and will be necessary for increased victory within the game, and therefore will drive dark energy crystals and SPS payouts, because people who have these are going to win more, they're going to get higher ranks, and then they're going to receive better rewards. So these are going to be desirable, and they're only coming from you, the landowner, no one else. So for that reason alone, I am very bullish on land ownership. But then also, like I said earlier, it's very limited. There is not enough land to go around. And so from a supply demand perspective, also, I'm hugely bullish. And like I said a moment ago, I believe firmly that this game is going to gigantic new horizons. And with it, land, which will be a mini game within the game, is going to be way more expensive at some point. Again, that might be a year, might be 2 years, might be 3 years down the line. But I'm not selling mine. So that's my view on land. And do you need multiple plots? Well, you don't need multiple plots. The more you have, the more resources you'll generate off of that land. So you don't need multiple plots. And you are going to have to put monsters on the land to extract the resources from it. So you're going to need cards, some amount of cards also. Food for thought. And he also said, can someone explain why second position monsters sometimes take -1 damage? There are situations where your opponent will have blast damage. The Splinter. We go to splintercards.com, you go to abilities, and you click on, these are all the abilities in the game. If you don't know what's going on in a specific fight, you should watch when the thing that is unusual occurs, watch which monster just moved. Rewatch the battle if you have to. But you see this monster just did something, and then something unusual happened. Go back and look at this monster's abilities and see which one of the, look at which indicators it has on its card. If it has blast, which these monsters have blast, it will hit not only the first monster, but the second monster also. That's perhaps what happened. Okay, let's do 5 more. Gabriel says, awesome video, really informative on how to hunt for good cards and with card and which card we should be aimed for improving our decks. Yes. Would love to see a video about buying card packs and airdrops, your experience and view on the incoming Chaos Legion. I'm sure that a lot of people were hyped about getting packs, but the voucher system will keep us new players from getting them, since we'll be limited by the vouchers we'll not be getting during the presale. I did do a detailed video on Chaos Legion like a week ago or so, and it's still largely it's right. Like there's, I don't think anything much had to be changed there. Where is it? Chaos Legion. What you need to know. Check that video out. I think it was 25 or 30 minutes long, but there's a ton there. And in short, I feel very strongly that everybody who can buy Chaos Legion packs in the presale should. Why? Because presale cards will give access to the limited edition promo card that you will receive nowhere else. Chaos Legion packs will also receive all 14 airdrops. Those airdrops, historically, looking at Untamed and at Dice, were hugely meta defining. So those airdrops are expected to be great. I don't know if they will be. I've never seen them for the new Chaos Legion. I can't promise they'll be good airdrops, but looking historically at what came out of Untamed and then later Dice, airdrops have been amazing, meta defining. And so we should be very excited about every airdrop potential we're receiving from every pack we're buying. But remember, you have to buy packs from Splinterlands to get airdrop opportunities. You don't buy Hive Engine packs and expect airdrops, okay? I'm sure a lot of people were hyped about getting packs, but then the voucher system will keep us from doing so. Yeah, that's probably true. For a lot of us, even me, I want to buy like 2,000 packs, but there's almost no way that's going to happen because the vouchers, even with me having as many SPS as I do, which to you guys might seem like a lot of SPS, I'm still probably only going to get like 200 or 300 vouchers. That's not a lot of packs. Super disappointing, really. It is. Now, if they did the voucher system, and remember, they're going to probably do the voucher system for, for the first 2 or 3 million, maybe as many as half, 7 or 8 million. If they did the voucher system for 7 or 8 million, and if I got 200 or 300 vouchers per month, and I held on to my vouchers until I got, 6, 7 months into it, there's a chance halfway through I could personally buy like one lump of 2,000, but I would miss all the first airdrops. So again, if you can take a swing at this thing in the early pre-sale or the second month, I think you should. And if you need to buy a few vouchers, maybe you need to buy a few vouchers, but you then have to, I say that expecting the vouchers to be reasonable. If they are $10 a voucher, which some people are suggesting, that's crazy. You're almost, I feel like that's probably too rich for my blood, let alone, some of you guys. So if they're going for like $1, I say get a few vouchers and then get yourself a few packs, because I think these cards are going to change the whole, like your whole ability to win, transform the power of your deck, and then the airdrops also. Okay, so that's what I think about that. Let's do two more. Patrick Green says, I'm getting 30 DEC per win in gold 3, which I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, man. Good for you. Yeah, I'm getting like 80 DEC per win in diamond 2, and I'm getting, I think, 20 DEC per win in silver 1. Understand, guys, that 20 DEC times the US dollar value of DEC right now, which is this roughly 0.0135 US cents. So it's like 1.35 cents per DEC. I'm getting paid like 27 cents per win. And you can win like 15 games a day. I'm getting $4 US a day to play this game at silver. And I could get that for the rest of my life. That's $30 a week, $113 a month, almost $1,400 a year. That's a lot of money for most of the people in the world. And if you then take that DC and put it into cards, which are in deflationary in nature, I think you can magnify that growth. And that's what we always talk about on this channel, which is the snowballing of the investment and of the time and attention that just turns this into a life-changing thing for you. So I'm glad you're doing well in gold. And I hope everybody understands what they're receiving here. It's not just a trivial reward. It really is something that if you use it wisely and reinvest it, in a logical way, you're going to grow this thing into such a massive reward for you in the future. Okay, let's get one more. Nyasha Bovchora says, this video opened my mind on the game. I really like the way you explained it. Splinter name cold as life-changing wealth. Earn $10 a day with Splinterlands. That's an older video. Thanks for checking it out, Nyasha. Yeah, man. To me, this game is life-changing. And it's because of what I just explained, which is that you might save $4 a day, whatever. You would maybe, if you live in America, especially, if you lost $4, it fell out of your pocket, you wouldn't think twice about it. But probably probably 5 billion people in the world, that's a life-changing amount of money. And us Westerners need to realize, if you take that $4 and you invest it into another asset that's going to appreciate, it can suddenly just exponentially grow, because it's like $4 a day every day, and then it goes into these assets that can themselves appreciate, and then those assets, they don't appreciate evenly. This one blows up in value, and this one over here hasn't gone up in value. You sell this one high, you buy this one low. This one blows up, then you buy this one. This one blows up, you buy this one. And the whole time you're getting those $4 a day. Plus you start getting SPS because of the airdrop. Then the SPS does the same thing. Then maybe you go ahead and you buy a land, and oh, you're mining the land now. Oh, and you're in a guild, and you're getting merits, and you're getting gladiator cards, and you're getting, SPS rewards from being in a guild, because that's coming too. And now there's 2 leagues, modern and wild, and it can grow so quickly. And in 2 years, after playing a video game, you've got $100,000 worth of cards, like I do right now. On my main account, I have 106,000 US dollars worth of cards. I have 100 land plots. Each land plot is worth roughly 550 US dollars. This is crazy. This is crazy. I didn't expect this, but it's here, and it's here because of how the game is designed. It's not a bug. I didn't fluke out. This is the game. And this will happen again with time and attention. It's going to be an investment of your time. It's going to take months, weeks, years. But as you do these slow accumulations of little rewards that seem trivial now, and if you reinvest them wisely and you let them, you nurture them into something bigger, it's going to go so crazy. And that's what I'm excited about with the TNA Guild account that I made, time and attention. That is going to be such a massive account one day. And we're going to look back, all of my people who you guys are watching the channel, I hope you're here in 4 years when we get into the next bull run where this account is going to be worth $1 million and your accounts are going to be worth $100,000. And we're going to go look at time and attention, the new account I just made on October 12th, 2021. And we're going to see what little trivial rewards added up to. And I can't wait to see how that benefits the guild. And then what does that do? Like in the AMA this week, Aggie and Yaba said they want to transform guilds so that they're more like little DAOs. It's decentralized autonomous organization. That's what a DAO is. And so the idea is that they would love to transform guilds so that they are more smart contract based and less like leader based. And I would love that too. That's ultimately my approach to handling the time and attention guild. I want the whole thing to be, it needs to have a leader because I can't just let somebody have the private keys, but I am open and I'm attempting to give laneway to different participants to just run and have success and then benefit themselves and by extension me and the rest of the guild. That's how I feel about this thing. That's how I feel about this channel. If we help each other, if you individually benefit, then I will individually benefit, and then we will collectively benefit. And so I'm so pumped about where this thing is going. I cannot wait to see your success and your growth and your amazing comments celebrating that success and growth as the months and weeks go by. We're going to get a bear market. Don't misread this. This is not every day for the rest of life we're going to go to the moon. This is very reasonable. Stay focused, grind, and you will get somewhere. Not overnight. And there's going to be tough days where you feel like you're getting screwed, you're not getting anything, the rewards are insignificant. But then in 2 years' time, there's going to be this retroactive raise that you receive because the assets you thought were trivial have now spiked in valuation. And that's a retroactive raise. That old card worth 15 cents is worth $15. That's a raise. And you aren't going to know that until it's realized in 2 years' time or 3 years' time. But it's going to come because it came from me, and I believe firmly that the new assets are going to offer the same opportunity. So if that sounds interesting, and if you like this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we talk about Splinterlands all day, every day. And we do so because we really believe that this can change your life. And I know it's changed mine. And I want to help you receive the most you possibly can for your time and attention. And that's what we're about. So thanks for your time and attention. And I hope you subscribe, and I hope you like the video and comment below, and make sure you leave those account names so we can do this again in the future. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.